So welcome back to the Rod Shop channel here with Saxy Rod Shop. So start off this video, we just wanted to touch base on the 57 Chevy pickup we got going on here. We've got the cab off of it, as you can see. We're getting ready to turn it upside down and do some finish welding on that. But in the meantime, while we had the cab off the frame, we're doing some final welding on here. We've come in and finished mounting the e-stop. This is an electric parking brake system. You can see here we've ran it. This is the roadster shop chassis. We've ran it through, over. We still got to cut them to length. We don't have the brakes on here right now, so we won't finish that up until we get the brakes back on it. We've made our own stands here because this has a 3-inch raised floor on the bed, and it's a Marquee bed kit with the raised floor. So we've made our own stands to raise it up a little bit instead of just using the wood spacers. Got that done. Provisions back here for the gas tank. You can see here where he's got it marked. We're going to have to do a little clearancing on the frame rail for some exhaust clearance. He'll finish cutting this out once we get the frame disassembled and turned over, and we'll box that back in on both sides. That'll be for exhaust clearance. Got our Inland Empire aluminum drive shaft in there. Got the Borgeson U-joints in place, and we've gone all stainless on those. And you can see here, we've got the Hydra Boost. We've started using the Hydra Boost. Now, we like to use the Hydratech brand Hydra Boost. We've had very good luck with them over the years. And this will be all the lines, and they'll get routed up here nice and neat for the final assembly. Over here on the other side, we got the battery mounted to the frame. We drilled and welded some nuts in the frame, so the battery will hang off here below the bed, like so, off the frame, out of the way, give us plenty of ground clearance. We have that going on. So once we get the final things done to the frame, this will start coming apart, and it'll go off for powder coating, and probably 2 or 3 weeks after that, and then we'll get it back and start doing some final assembly. In the meantime, he'll be doing the final welding on the bed, on the cab, do all that underneath it. We'll get that sandblasted, and that'll go into body and paint and get rocking and rolling on that. So that's kind of where we are on the 57 Chevy pickup at the moment, and thanks for following along. We just got the cab back from the sandblasters, and we had them go ahead and put a quick coat of epoxy primer on it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get the cab mounted in position with its correct mounting bushings, and get the core support mounted, and then we're going to rehang the fenders and all the sheet metal on the front, and Anthony's going to work on doing all of his gaps, his door gaps, his fender gaps, his hood gaps, and then he'll get his initial rough end bodywork done at that moment. And then once he gets his lines developed and his gaps developed, and realignment holes in the hinges so that we can put the hinges and the doors right back where they need to be. Then he will explode it and then start doing all the finished body work. And then we'll be moving on to the cab. So we just got that back today, and that's what we'll be working on for the next day or so. Some of the, bring you up to date on the current progress on the 57 pickup here. We got it over here in the body shop. We went and had the cab sandblasted. It's got the DP primer on it. It's got the DP primer on it to help keep it from flash rusting. Some of the things that we're going to be doing on this truck is we're filling in the seams. So he's actually used an all metal type product on this. Yeah, the all metal.
Yeah, still wet.
Yeah, so we like using that here because it'll have the least amount of shrinkage, and it's a very hard product. And he's smoothed it in here, so he's going to come in and body work all that to work and fit our grill. Here, so this truck's got some aftermarket doors on it, and one of the problems we ran into is, of course, they're an aftermarket product, but they're not exactly the same as the originals. So you can see on here where we've had to add to the door lip to make it fit and give us our gaps. Anthony likes to have a nice consistent gap. Well, we all do. So this will be a really tight gap on here, a nice clean gap about the thickness of a paint stick, maybe an 1/8 inch. But one of the other things that we ran into on this truck with these doors, when he was trying to tweak and fit and move and manipulate this door, it was flexing on him. Well, come to find out, the outer door skin was just folded around the edges. It was never spot welded to the inner structure. So we've had to come in and do a bunch of that work also. And then we're going to be working in the jams, filling in, smoothing up the jam up here, some of that area. So that's kind of where we are. We've converted this all into a one-piece door glass. So he's got that work to deal with. So we ran into that issue on both doors. So that's kind of where we are on the pickup. Filled in the seam here, cleaning up the lines. This truck's going to be a really nice truck. So we finally got our bedwood kit in for the pickup bed that we've got here and the wheel tubs. So because the floor's been raised, the floor is now wider than original. So what we ran into is once we positioned the boards where they needed to go, we really don't have enough wood. So we went and bought another piece of redwood, matching red oak, and then we'll cut this down to fit this last location here. And then we've also ordered, because we're going to end up now with 2 short boards on each end of the wheel tub. So I also went back and ordered some more of the short stainless steel strips. So we'll have a short strip and another one out here where the second board will be. So we're actually having to double the boards on the ends of the wheel tubs. So those are just things that you don't plan on and think of until they happen, just because they don't offer a raised floor bed kit on some of these companies. And so we're actually going to run it. And it's because, a lot of it's because we've also widened the wheel tubs. So this board's getting moved out. So we've got the new board, we'll make a replacement piece. So we got this little 33, 34 Chevy in just the other day, or yesterday actually. And the car's set so low. This is a very old project, or old car, not an old project, but an old car. It's built a long time ago when technology was prehistoric in a roundabout way. So this actually has a very early style Mustang II front end. And when they built it, they used the traditional strut rod with the biscuits on it. But they also, to make the car set low, for back in the day, they put a dropped front spindle on it. And customer just wasn't happy with it. Too hard for him to drive, bottomed out, tore things up. So one of the things that we've done to it is we've actually just changed out the spindle and gone to a stock height spindle. And then as we started messing with it and driving it, and the customer didn't even realize it was going on, the brakes were dragging. So the calipers were bad, so we just put a new set of calipers on it. So that's just some of the maintenance work that we get in here. And sometimes you just run into little things that the customers aren't even aware of, and it just, a day's project becomes 2 days project. Sometimes 2 days project becomes 4 days project. So, but this one's getting ready to put it back together. We'll go test drive it probably one more time, maybe do a little front end alignment check on it, and then this one should be going home. So just want to say thank you for following along on the Rod Shop channel and Saxy Rod Shop, and the support that you have given us over the last couple of years. And we will continue to do more footage of the 57 pickup build as he continues along on the body shop progress. We are currently working on some interior design, door panel designs for that, communicating with the customer. And then we'll finish up on the pickup bed that we have, the C10 bed. Once we get that finalized, we'll bring you in on that next video on that. So again, thank you for supporting our channel, and please hit the like and subscribe button and that bell if you haven't, so you'll get our next notification. Thank you.